Hello everybody, my name is Kieran from The Checkpoint, the only gaming channel that dances in the moonlight, and today I'm going to bring you quite a simple video about what is Destiny. Now if you're expecting a video going into detail and complexity about Destiny, then this video isn't really for you. What I'm going to be doing in this video is simply explaining what Destiny actually is and kind of the simple things for people who may not have got a chance to play the beta and really want to know what the game is actually about. So if they want to pre-order it or not. So, Destiny is like a free roam FPS MMO. That's the best way to describe it. It kind of varies from where you go. So, in the beta, I'm not sure if it will be like this in the current game, but you start off by doing a very short mission at the start of the game. And then what this enables you to do, you find your little spaceship, which you can travel around the universe with. And the first place you go to is the tower. Now, the tower is like your main hub for everything. This is where you buy and upgrade your armor, your weapons. You can collect bounties from the person who gives out bounties, which are basically certain challenges which you can do in the missions. You can talk to your vanguards, which are kind of like your group leaders. Now, there are three types of guardians which you can choose. The guardian is just the overall player character which protects the tower and the world, I guess. Now, the tower is the last city on Earth that is safe to live, so that's why you're a guardian, you kind of protect that. But anyway, the guardian, there's three types of them. One of them is the hunter, one is called a titan, and the other is called a warlock. Now, depending on which one you choose, there are a vanguard for each. Now, what vanguards do, you can purchase specialized armor for these three classes for each one. And just a quick note, you can also sort of do little challenges for them as well. You can only choose one of these three classes, and once you pick that, your profile will be that character forever. So if you pick a hunter, you'll be hunter forever. The only way in which you'll be able to change that is if you create a new profile. Now, you can create multiple profiles on the same gamer tag if you're on Xbox, or the same PSN profile. So you can have each on a separate on the same gamer tag. However, the progress won't save, so if you're a hunter and you decide you want to be a warlock, you have to create a new profile for your warlock, and you'll start that at level 1. So, you can do lots of things in the tower, like I said, and then once you want to go into orbit, you bring your little ghost guy out, which is the guy who kind of helps you along the way, and you go into orbit. Now, orbit's kind of like the quote-unquote standby mode. Nothing happens here. It's kind of like your main page of where you want to go. Now, there are multiple destinations which you can go. One of them is the tower, obviously, which is where you just came from, and there are much more destinations that you can go to. In the beta, you can go to Earth and Moon and Crucible. Now, the Earth and Moon, I'll talk about the Crucible later. The Earth and Moon are where your missions take place. Now, in the current game, there will be two more planets which you can do missions on, which are Mars and Venus. However, obviously in the beta, which is the only thing I've played, you can only do missions in the Earth and the Moon. And I'm guessing that the missions in Mars and Venus will be similar. Now, these are the missions where it is complete free roam. You can run anywhere you want. I mean, there are some places where you can fall off a map and like drown in the river and things, but you can literally run wherever you want. However, there will obviously be an area which you need to go for the selected mission that you choose. Now, for example, if you go onto Earth, you will notice in the little map that I put up here, there are separate regions of the Earth. Now, these are different areas which you can do missions in. Some of these areas do require a high level. For example, the Devil's Lair, which you can see in the middle of the map, requires a level 6 to complete. So they're obviously, you start off, I believe, from the Divide, which is a level 1 mission, and you kind of work your way up. As I said, it is complete free roam. However, you will be pointed where to go during the mission. There will be just random enemies across the map which you can just randomly kill, and there's also random events across each of the free roam areas in which you can kill and complete that mission and complete that random event to get a cool reward. Now, within the missions that you do, you will get upgraded weapons and armor as you go along. You'll kind of find them falling from the sky sometimes, and you can also get them as a reward from the mission and as a reward from your vanguard member, your vanguard leader, depending on what the mission is. Now, you may also notice an encrypted engram which falls from the sky. An encrypted engram is kind of a mystery kind of item. It's usually a piece of armor, and you can go to the decryptor, I believe that's the name, or the cryptician or something like that. He's based in the right hand side of the tower, so you can go back to him, decrypt your encrypted engram. It's usually a pretty good piece of armor, so if you find an encrypted engram, you're pretty much set for a good piece of armor that you're going to have to be able to use there. So I'd recommend when you play this game, try and upgrade your armor as most as you can, because as you go up through the levels, for example, I mentioned the Devil's Lair, level 6, the the levels of the opposing monsters and everything that will be attacking you will be much harder. The first mission is quite easy, there's only low level monsters that you have to get through, however as you go up the monster level will go up. So now that I've talked about all the free roam areas, the last thing I'm going to talk about is Crucible. Now the Crucible is like the 6v6 kind of Call of Duty like map, like a limited map size, where you can fight against other real people. Now this in the beta there's only one game mode which is called Control, which is basically domination, very very similar. The maps, it kind of all carries over from your free roam progress, so all the armor and weapons you select from your free roam progress, they will carry over into the Crucible and you will use them in the Crucible. The same with your abilities which you can unlock from the missions that you complete. For example, if you are a Titan like me, you can do the fist pump, which is not a fist bump, it's a fist punch. Fist pump would be good, but a fist punch is a powerful melee attack. So things like that will all carry over to the Crucible. Now the maps are a pretty big size, they're kind of the size of a large Call of Duty map, that's just a reference. It does feel kind of like Call of Duty, but obviously it's very, very different. You can drive vehicles. There are these vehicles called Sparrows, which you can drive through the free roam areas and also through the Crucible maps. These are only on select maps in which you can call your vehicle in. Now you unlock these vehicles later on in the beta, and I'm guessing later on once you play a bit of the real game, and that launches on the 9th of September. So yeah, I think the Crucible is a very fun thing. I'd recommend only playing it once you've gone through a decent part of the mission, because then you get to unlock better weapons and armor. I wouldn't recommend going to the Crucible at level 1, because you'll just get wrecked by all the people who are high level who have better weapons and armor. Now, that may be a bad thing, maybe a good thing. I think it's a good thing because it makes sure you actually play the game before you enter the Crucible, and I don't think that the Crucible is in any way the main part of the game. I believe that obviously the free roam, all the different planets you go to, that is the main bulk of the game, and then the Crucible is kind of like the side thing where you can go and complete challenges and collect rewards and things like that. As I said, it is 6v6 and it is a bunch of fun. It's pretty fast paced, even though the maps can be quite big. That's because of the different weapons you have available. Talking of weapons, you have 3 different weapons available. This is for the Crucible and for the main free roam missions. You have primary weapons, you have special weapons, and you have heavy weapons. Now your primary weapons are kind of like your auto rifles, your hand cannons, things like that. Steve is doing videos on those weapons on this channel, which is a new series he's starting up. He's already done 2 episodes, I believe, already. And the special weapons are things like fusion rifles. They're kind of low ammo secondary, so you can also have rocket launchers, things like that. And they're very, very powerful. I mean, a fusion rifle is very powerful, although you do need to charge it up for like 3 seconds before you can launch it at an enemy. And the final one is a heavy weapon. Now this is basically your light machine guns. I believe you can also have rocket launchers, certain types of rocket launchers, things like that. Ammo for heavy weapons is rarer than ammo for special weapons and primary weapons, so you should probably want to conserve your heavy weapon ammo in case there's a boss fight in a mission. And in a Crucible match, the heavy weapon ammo will become available later on in the match, which, by the way, Crucible matches are about 10 to 15 minutes long. So that's a basic overview of Destiny. You have your different planets. You have Earth and Moon, which are currently available in the beta, and in the full game there will be Earth, Moon, Venus, and Mars. There's the Tower, which is your main hub area, in which you can buy all your weapons, your armors, get your challenges, your bounties, look at your vanguards. You can also join clans in the Tower, sort of divisions where you can sort of play with other people and sort of join a certain division to complete the missions with. Also, by the way, if you want to play the missions and enter the Crucible with friends, you invite them to your fire team. Now, fire team is basically a mini clan which you can select, invite your friends to, and you'll be doing all the missions together. And it makes sure you do the storyline together. So once you've invited your friends to the the fire team, you can do all the missions together in a co-op style. You can do the mission solo, or you can do them in a team. Now, a fire team holds up to 6 people. So yeah, you've got the Crucible, you've got the Tower, and you've got all the planets. I hope that helped. It's a bit longer than I anticipated, but it's just a quick overview of what Destiny actually is and what you can expect from the game. From what I've played so far from the beta, it is a very, very, very impressive game. I'm very happy with what Bungie have offered through this game. The Crucible is a very good way of, it's kind of like a fast-paced action, and then obviously the free roam is just a very, very nice way to play the game. It kind of offers contrast between us two, which I really enjoy playing. So, I cannot wait for the launch on 9th September. If this video helped, if you sound like this is your cup of tea, then go ahead and play it. I'd recommend playing it. If you haven't got access to the beta, there's lots of free codes going around, because if you pre-ordered the game, then people got like I think people got 3 codes from one pre-order, something like that. Anyway, the game launches on the 9th of September, and I'm looking forward to that very much. So I hope this video helped. And like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you have not already. Follow us on Twitter @RealCheckpoint, and I'll talk to you guys soon.